It's become easier to do nothing as a parent. It's become easier to just sit around, to do very little. The kids can usually entertain themselves, and there's a lot more devices for them to be entertained. There's more things to do now than ever before, as a kid and as an adult. There's more ways to use your time, but there's more ways to waste it as well. And I think that's where this new line of problem has come out for kids and for adults. There's just more things you can do, but fewer things that actually build you and refill you and add to your life. There's things to use. There's your time to waste. You would waste time on social media platforms and things like that, which then feed their algorithm, which then brings in more money, brings in more sponsors and things like that. But that's benefiting them. It's not benefiting you. All you have to do to be a good parent is try. All you have to do is to be there. All you have to do is give effort, to listen, to be intentional. Just intentional. If you add the word intentional to doing anything with your kids, that's an awesome thing to be as a parent, and you'll be remembered for that. My dad listened to me when we spoke. My dad would read to me when he got home from work. My dad would go for walks with me and come play outside with me. These sorts of things you remember, but you also remember when they don't. I'm not saying you won't be tired. I'm not saying you're doing 14-hour shifts and it's easy or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But I'm talking about if you've got time and you've got the energy, and if you know that that time is going to go to waste, and I think that's the biggest thing. Is this time that you do have going to go to waste? Are you just going to spend it elsewhere and then go, oh crap, I just kind of wasted that time. I could have hung out with Billy. I could have gone and played basketball in the driveway. If that's time you were going to waste anyway, why not spend it on your kids? Why not spend it with your kids? Why not take interest? Go do something with them. My kids, I have 5. My kids really want to hang out. They really want to do stuff individually. I find that tricky because there is a lot of them trying to use that time, how to do it, what to do for 5 of them, while still working, while still cooking and preparing stuff for them. And we homeschool. So we've got to do that as well. So it's very hard, but it's a matter of using the time that you have, but being intentional when doing so. And by being intentional, you can just see that your focus is on the kids, and they can see that. They can see that they're not an accessory to your day. They are part of your day. They are a core part. They're the current, your family, your purpose, part of your purpose as a human being. They're a massive part of that. I remember growing up that there were parents with different levels of activity with their kids. Some were very active and they would go playing sport with them, go watch them, go play with them, all this sort of stuff. And then others that just didn't. And it was, I'll talk to you over the dinner table, maybe. And that was it. That was the extent. And you can see that nowadays too, except there's more ways to waste that time that you would have had together. The kids have devices now. The kids have way more video games. There's social media. And this is for parents too. We've got social media. We've got a lot more responsibilities. There's a lot more strain financially. But as far as the things that could actually waste our time, there's an abundance. And it's sad because ultimately that was the time that we were going to give to our family. That's the time that we were going to give to other things in our life as well that would help us get to a better position. We don't want it to be taken from us or us to give it willingly away. This is not something that we have to feel shame for or guilt for because we're doing this, right? But we do need to acknowledge that we're doing it. If any of you are doing that, if any of you are watching your kid and you can see that they're kind of trying to reach out to you, but you're kind of fobbing them off, you're kind of pushing them away, what is it for? Identify what you are actually doing that for. Is it for anything worthwhile? Or is it just to chill? And how are you doing so? Are you doing it in a way that helps you at all? Helps regenerate you at all? Or it distracts you from how you're feeling, then as soon as you take away, you're exactly where you were. If it's that, we need to find something better. We just do. And we also need to do it at a time that doesn't affect our kids, that doesn't take away from that time that they have with us. Kids have got a heap of things on now too. There's families that are driving around all week. One's got soccer practice, one's got ballet. They've got this instrument, that instrument. They've got these school functions. They've got all these different things. And ultimately that time, that's awesome that you're taking to those places. But then where's the time that you're actually spending with them, just with them? Just because they're there, just because they're them, and vice versa. Not anything to do with school, not anything to do with anything other than being together, spending time together, doing something you want to do. It's so much easier to waste the time that we do have with the kids, that we could have with the kids. It's so much easier to get rid of it, but we can't let that happen. Your kids will grow up and that's what they'll remember. They'll remember, well, Dad would be in the room, but he wouldn't really talk to me, but he didn't really play with me. He didn't really ask me questions. And then we'd talk over dinner and that was it. And that's if you even talk over dinner. Is it something you want to be remembered for in that way as well? I'd rather be remembered for being goofy and clumsy and all these other things, but I tried. I'd rather be remembered for trying as a parent and being intentional and being interested in my kids and their lives than not. Then going, yeah, no, Dad was just busy and Dad would chill out after work and that was it. And that's all he did. And I didn't really get to talk to him or be with him much. And then you don't have a relationship when you're older. You don't have a relationship when your kids are adults. The decisions you make will affect your kids in the future. The decisions you make will affect your relationship with them in the future. And it'll also change how you see things too. If all you do is seek comfort, if all you do is seek ease, your kids will see that. It's too hard to do things that are hard. It's not worthwhile. I could just chill. I could just waste away. Things that are easy, things that are chilled, and things that are relaxing aren't bad inherently. But if that's all we chase, if we never really try, if we never really go after what we want, if we never really do the things that we want to do, our kids see that, we see that, and we know that we're letting ourselves down, but we're also letting down the people that come after us as well. Apply that to your parenting. If we only ever do the things that are easy and never actually make the effort, our kids will see that and your relationship with them will hinder because of that. The easiest thing to do is chuck them in front of the TV and come back later. Give them their devices and walk away. For you, it's easier to just switch off and do something else. It really is. It's just easier. It uses the time. The time's going to go away regardless. How we spend it is up to us. But if we could have used that time to actually sow into our kids' lives, to actually take interest, give effort, be with them, you could have grown an amazing relationship with them. Don't get me wrong, your kid will still love that you get to allow them to watch TV and be on their video games all day. They'll love that for that. Doesn't bring you any closer, doesn't teach them any boundaries, doesn't show them anything different than just, I should seek pleasure. I should seek fun solely, not things that are worthwhile, not moving towards other goals because they take effort, right? They're hard. It's hard to train for something because you've got to get fit and because you've got to get good at the skill. You've got to do these things. If you only seek comfort, that's all they see. That's all they see. All you do is seek comfort. Dad is just existing. And that's what they'll realize when they're older. They won't see that when they're younger, odds are. But they'll see that when you're older. They'll be like, Dad really never went after anything that he wanted to do. Dad never really asked me what I wanted to do, other than, do you want to watch TV? And then he'd go and chill and do the same thing. That's all you need to do to stand out as a good parent. Think about this for a sec. You go to a barbecue and you hang out with your family, you hang out with your friends, and then you see one of your friends interact with their kid, and their kid's like, hey, do you want to go throw the ball with me? And he goes, yeah, mate, no worries, let's go. And he goes out there, you having a good conversation, he goes out there and plays with his kid and throws it with him for a bit. You're already going, oh, good job, Dad. Like you're already doing that because he makes the effort, not because he did whatever the kid wanted him to do. But it's the fact that he's taking himself out of something that he wants to do in order to help the kid as well and to spend that time with them, to take that interest in them, to take that interest in what they want to do and be with them and share it together. Now, this is something that you can just see in people too. You can see the dad that doesn't mind if he looks silly if he's helping his kid. The dad who's not fit at all, goes for a run with his kids or does a race in the backyard just to have a bit of fun, or tries to play their sport that they play for hours, but he never does. And he's like, yeah, I'll give you a game, that sort of thing. That's really fun. That's really awesome. And that's always stands out as going, oh, nice work. That's a good dad. That's a good parent, So as mums and dads, we've got to make that extra effort. And it's just effort. It's actually just effort. What is the outcome? Is the outcome, oh, I might be a bit tired, but I'm actually closer with my kids. They see that I'm fun. They see that I'm sharing in the thing that they want to do. They want to seek me out to play games, because that won't necessarily be forever. It can be, but it's not always. It's not always the case. That's all you need to do to be a good parent, is to make the effort, is to listen intently, is to talk, ask questions, take interest, share things, share moments and experiences, talk them through life, talk them through situations, teach them. Being intentional throughout it all, you just make such a difference. They go, Dad's awesome. I actually really like Dad. I really like the way he listens. I really like how funny he is. I really like all those things. And you'll like your kid because you really get to know them. You really get to know them, and then you have a lot of fun together. That's all you need to do to stand out as well. The bar is low. Culturally, it's accepted that when we're bored, we mask it. We fill that void of boredom. We don't ask questions to other people. We don't talk to others. Take public transport. What do people do? You look around the train. What do you see? Just people looking at their phones. Go to the doctors. What do you see? People looking at their phones. People want to fill that gap. Anything that makes them uncomfortable or bored, they seek to fill. They seek to fill that part of them that is like, ugh, this sucks. And there's more ways to do that as well. There's just more ways to fill that gap. To fill that gap of boredom, of disinterest, of anything, any discomfort. You might think it's going to be boring to spend certain moments with your kids because you're not into the same things, etc. It may be a little bit, but if you look at see how much they like it, the fact that they want to share it with you, they want to do that with you, that's amazing. What a privilege that is for you to be called up to the big leagues of, hey, Dad, do you want to play with me? Hey, Dad, can I talk to you about this thing? My daughter is really into rocks and minerals and crystals and random stuff, like all the natural sort of mineral stuff that goes on. I'm 0% into it, like zero. I don't really find the interest, but I'm very happy that she's super interested in this stuff and she wants to share it. She wants to share it. I'll listen and I'll do my very best. It doesn't mean that it's like my favorite thing to talk about at all, but I love her, so I'm okay to do that and ask her questions about it, or about where do you find these things? Just straightforward stuff. But that's all you have to do. You just have to be intentional, and you just have to make the effort, and you will be a good or great parent. I just want to encourage you in that, because it's so possible. You don't have to be like every other person that you see, and they're just getting through life, and there's always a reason, I get it, but habit starts too. Habits take over. Your norm, your practice becomes your norm. And if you always practice not seeking out your kids, not listening, not engaging with them, then that will be your habit, that will be your life, and that will be theirs. Don't do that. Just seek them out and ask questions and be there. That's it. You'll be a good parent. Okay, go do that. Go do it. Check out my workbook for men who are wanting help with purpose. That's a massive thing nowadays. And again, habits start. Habits take over, and then that becomes what we do. So check that out. Check out my other episodes. There's heaps for you there. And if you want to work with me, just hit me up on my email. Take care. Any questions, put them through. Peace.